Hello, in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Ragdoll Tuner and show you some of its features. Here we have a humanoid Ragdoll test dummy. Nothing on it at the moment except an animator with a couple of idle clips. No Ragdoll components on it yet, so the first thing which we'll do, we'll add a Ragdoll to the model using Unity's Ragdoll Builder. We'll put in the animator, autofill, and then click on create. And there we have the Ragdoll component set up. We could spend some time modifying the radiuses to conform more with the bones, but let's not worry too much at the moment. The Ragdoll Tuner we can get to via Tools, Gamesmith, Ragdoll, Ragdoll Tuner Pro. We pull in the same route that we use for the Ragdoll into the root slot. We'll choose only Ragdoll bones, and on this side we have all the bones with our bone tools. For example, here we have a rigid body. Let's pull it open a little bit. We can switch to the collider, change the setting on the collider, the joint, which is pretty comprehensive, where we can change all the swing twist if we want to, and preview the actual joint limits itself. Bridge will bridge actually remove and bridge to, but you normally won't need to do that unless you've brought in some bones that you didn't actually want to. We can split the workspace, so let's go down here a bit, and here's the actual testing, which will normally apply in play mode. The first one is the animator. As you see, it pulls in the animator, and this allows us to set a start pose. We can look at all the different states on the animator and choose a specific one, and in play mode we can then scrub through them and choose the specific starting mode that we want, or starting frame. We have our hit impulse, where we can apply a hit, where we can set a direction or manually, or we can do from camera to bone, camera forward. We can move the camera around and then select camera to bone, for example, so it selects the correct one, or you can simply just enter one manually. -Z will be a hit backwards, which will be the most common one. We have the similar thing for torque, where we can set the torque value, force, and various options, which we'll go into detail. The base settings, which will be where we save the animation clip to, clip name, and a few options for smoothing, key reduction, and root motion. A couple of global tools for scale, applying some values from the config, which we don't have as we don't need one at the moment. Some stability settings, and a live edit tab so that we can arm live edit. So any changes we make to any of the bone settings down here will be reapplied when we come out of play mode, which is quite handy. So let's go into, if we hit test ragdoll, we should see the ragdoll just fall to the ground on its own steam, and we can restore it. If we look at that hit impulse here, we can apply a hit force, and we can select the bone. For example, let's choose the head. Direction we have at the moment, -1. Let's increase that a little bit. Oh, we've got randomize on. Let's take the randomize off. There we go. So once we're happy with our direction, we can choose to record a clip. We can choose in the bake settings to say the save location. We can also choose a time duration. Let's do 2 seconds. Normally should be enough. You can modify that depending on how long. Let's have a look. And there we should see our animation appear. recorded as a clip. We can choose a different direction, X instead of Z. We go minus in the X. We go to different bones. Let's try the upper arm. Go back to minus 1 in Z. Choose the other arm. And we can view the clip. Of course, it's a humanoid clip, so it's retargetable to any other humanoid model. We can also do, apart from the death or fall animations, we can do hit reactions. Hit reactions will return do the little quick loop. We can put on the show action help, and it will explain, give us a little bit of help text about the order of controls, what they do. So if we set a very small time for the actual hit capture, the larger time for the return time, we can choose the head, for example, a direction, the help off, -1 that's behind, and I can also choose a randomized direction and then quickly create a fair amount of different hit clips. I think the impulse is a little bit too strong there. Given the mass of the model, I think it's a default 20. Let's just reduce the hit force a little bit. Try that again. There we go. Also, if we want to be more specific about direction, we can actually type in hit direction, or we can use, say, camera to bone if we wanted to go, say, from here. We could do camera to bone. Then do it from here. Oh, we still got the randomize on. Let's just take that off. That'll override it. We could do one from here. Camera to bone. I could do one from behind. So any direction we can choose, really. And of course, we could choose any bone as well. Let's choose camera forward, spine. for the hips, upper arm, shoulder, the other side, leg, the upper leg. We can get some more dramatic effects. For example, if we use the apply hit on all RB and direction of the up and the back at the same time, so we're going upwards and backwards, we can throw the doll right back as if it were an explosion. You can reduce the force a little bit. Oh, I said reduce, not increase. Let's leave it on the on 10 for the moment. And let's give it a little bit of torque as well. If we look at the torque, we have the option to spin the ragdoll. And if I spin it on the X, for example, let's see what that gives us. And we'll record the outcome. So that gives us quite a dramatic effect. We can reverse the torque, make it minus X. Or we could actually put the torque on a different axis completely, make it on the Y so it twists. So with a combination of torque and hit impulse, we can get some quite dramatic effects.